Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at Heart, Stanley Roberts.
That's interesting.
Hi.
Hello.
Where are your headphones?
Right here.
You gonna put them on?
Scrambling around to make sure things are working right before I put anything on.
Sorry, a little late, guys.
Make sure the mic is right too. Hold on, because it looks like it mixed.
Woo, gosh. We're off
That's
to.
why you don't put water.
It's sealed. We're off to an amazing start, though. Let me just put it over here.
Let me check this.
Yay, Betty Veronica, you made it on time, but most.
We were late because the lighting in our place is just really it's so bright at all angles. So we finally got it to be a little bit better.
Yeah, we
At
were
this
trying
point.
to wait for the lights to get better. It was really bad. It would have been horrible because it would have been over everything. And as we get closer to the last day,
I think the camera moves. I'm right on the corner now.
Yeah. Fix it. Move it over. Move you over. There we go. Now, how about that? There you go.
Okay.
All right.
thank
You
you.
feel better now?
Oh, I'm feeling amazing.
All right. So, yeah, we're approaching summer solstice, which is the 21st, I believe. And then the sun goes the other way because now it's coming in and now it's going to go back. Unfortunately, our side view, our western view where it sets at, is right dead through one of the windows.
Really, really bright right now.
So, and we miss people because we hit them at break time. We won't be here long, we promise. We know it's Father's Day, and we want to make sure some of the fathers are enjoying themselves.
Happy Father's Day!
Yeah.
And by the way, this is not my dad.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear about that.
And by the way, my oldest was in Spain, so she sent me she texted me and then called me, FaceTimed. And then my youngest had a double shift today, so I won't see her either. But she FaceTimed me earlier. And you got something right there. Let me get rid of it. There we go. Look like a piece of bread crumbs from earlier.
Yikes. Okay. Yes, Betty Veronica. Happy Father's Day, Stanley. And no, Diane is not his daughter for any newbies watching.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Maverick says, my mic sounds nice. Salt and pepper.
Nice. And I FaceTime my dad in Canada. Nice.
There you go. That's awesome.
I'm glad. Some people ask me, did my kids spoil me? No, it's fine. They had things to do. So one day they'll spoil me. Then, they'll be like, they'll come out to spoil me, put flowers on my grave, and I'll be fine. What? That's when people start to notice you.
That's really dark, Beeb. Don't do that.
Sorry. Anyway. All right. Anyway, so you notice our title today is Reading Comprehension, a Lost Art.
That statement made me feel sad.
Don't be sad. It's just life in general. That's how some people are. They don't think about there's a point for that. Some people don't think about their family members until it's too late. And then they think about, oh my goodness, I should have, I could have, I would have, but now it's too late. So that's a message to people. Remember, try to meet up with your parents, whatever you can do, any chance you get, because you never know. And every day, no day is ever guaranteed.
That's true.
And so, and I'm glad to hear that Chris Maverick FaceTimed his dad in Canada. And we miss God Bless America because we caught him at dinner time. He needed to go. So, our title is Reading Comprehension is Lost Art. And that's why FaceTime was a great invention. Yeah, it was. So I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to share the video with you. And I'm going to show you and talk about it, why in a minute. So bear with me while I go and add the local video. And then, oops, that's not it.
What's up, David? David Martinez says hello.
Hello. I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to let this play for a minute. So I'm going to show Diane how I go into Costco, and I never show my card. We're going to do it right now. Remember, we're going to talk about reading comprehension.
Wait, do we need a basket?
This is my wallet. I'll grab a basket first. Hold on, let me grab a basket. So all I have is a wallet. See, there's no card showing that says Costco. So remember, I said there's no card showing. Unless, of course, my friends snitched me out like they were going to. That was Gabriel, who said going to call up every Costco and tell us. So here we go. Wave my card there like I don't care. So we'll need to hold. And just like that, I never show my Costco card. Ever. So I'm gonna show Diane how I go into Costco, and I never show my card. We're gonna do it right now. Hold on, let me get here. Okay, so the reason why I say reading comprehension, I should have said reading or visual comprehension.
Visual comprehension.
Because either one of them don't work.
No, it's not that they don't work. It's that people don't use them.
All right, fair enough. So here's why people don't pay attention, and this is rampant, not just with this video, with a lot of videos. They become they go into, I guess, a hyperbole. They just focus on one thing and one thing only. So what they all focused on was that, okay, you got in without a card, but let me see you get out. I never said I didn't have a card. Never in the video did I say, I'm going to go into Costco without a Costco card and shop. And I do it every time. And the whole world, everybody, and there were more than 5,000 views.
People were like, there were more than 6,000 views. People were really coming for you.
Coming for me because
they really were like thinking, okay, is he like trying to pull a fast one? More like, you still have to have your Costco card at the end. And it's like, we're not talking about checking out. We're not talking about leaving Costco.
We're not talking about breaking it. And one person said, oh, you're not breaking any laws. I'm like, no one said anything about breaking laws.
Someone else was like, oh, slow news day. We did not say this was news. By the way, he did not originally post this. I posted it, and it was a collaboration between the two of us. So I originally posted it. So meaning to say that I don't post like news on my feeds like you post actual news on his feed. My stuff is more like on the funny side, maybe a little educational if I talk about nutrition. But so when that person said slow news day, I was like, no, we said nothing about news. This is not like, breaking news or anything. This is just, we're having fun.
We're having fun. It said on there.
It literally said hashtag funny.
Hashtag funny, hashtag viral, hashtag whatever we wrote. But no one, comprehension is a lost art, basically. So no one read that. All they could focus on was that, how do I get out and so
they're always there. I think a lot of them were trying to make you look like that you were number one, maybe not pulling off anything, and like you were going to get caught, whatever, at the end because you didn't have a card, which they assumed. And number two, trying to make it seem like, and then it was the opposite where they were like trying to make it seem like you were doing so wrong by doing that, and that was not fair, and that they get caught doing it. They have to show their card, but you don't. And I'm like, it's just watch the video. Just like, it's just funny. Like, there's no comparison.
I get it. People want to comment. It's like, if I post a picture of broccoli, 20 people will post how they hate broccoli. Okay, I get it. You hate broccoli. You know what? If you don't like broccoli, that's fine. I'm not making you like broccoli. Just don't eat it. You don't have to tell me you don't like broccoli. I mean, I'm not going to come to your house and be the broccoli police and lock you don't go, oh, I thought you said you hate broccoli. I'm not going to be like Gabriel and go, wait, did you say you like broccoli, but yet you have broccoli in your refrigerator?
Or you can be like my mom. If you don't finish your food, you're going to stand in the corner. Yeah. My mom tells me that, by the way. That was yesterday.
Yeah. So it's funny because, I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. And on a serious tip, I read a lot of comments. I get a lot of comments that are totally insignificant to what we wrote, or not insignificant, or totally
irrelevant
to what we wrote.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Like, it totally like your post is meant for one thing and people take it out of context like so far, or they don't get it like at all, and they make assumptions, and the story gets lost because people in the comments then start commenting on other people's comments, and then they're like, none of it has to do with the original story.
I remember once I posted something and I was like, okay, this should get some good traction, right? But the person who responded originally was like something completely opposite of what I wrote. Wasn't even associated with it. And it started a whole new thread inside of my thread about what they were arguing about. And it was like, wait a minute. So you guys never actually, I mean, my post never got any traction because they were already infighting about something that wasn't even a part of the thread.
Yeah, like the original post.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on here? So I just read the other day that on Twitter, Elon Musk had a post about that and said that if people keep doing it, they're going to start blocking their account. And what people do is they come into your account and write something. You write something, and they come in there and they make a comment that puts it to the top of the thread, and then basically hijack. That's the word I'm looking for. They hijack your thread with something that is totally irrelevant. And that is a common. I get it. It's social media. Everything goes, but everything shouldn't go, but it does. And not everybody reads, and some people will read something or will watch a video, and I go, well, they'll say, well, why didn't you talk about XYZ? And I said, I actually did talk about XYZ. Did you not watch the video? Oh, no, I didn't watch the video. I just read the title. So
so someone will read the title of this podcast, which says reading comprehension, a lost art, not listen to what we're talking about, and probably like take it out of context.
And by the way, last week, I don't know if you guys watched our podcast, but we did nothing that violated any terms of service. Everything was above board, as we always do. But it was flagged by someone, and Facebook said, okay, YouTube decided that, oh yeah, they're right. It violates our terms of service, so you can't monetize.
And they didn't explain how, though.
They didn't say how. They just said it was a violation of their.
So we got some haters up in this piece.
Oh yeah, but the reason why they did that was because we said, I think the title, but they took the title and ran with it.
What was the title?
About, I don't know,
zombie
apocalypse.
Yeah,
is it real or something like that?
Yeah,
whatever, something like that line. Anyway, happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, Terrace.
And we'll talk
Terrence.
about Juneteenth a little bit too. But
there she goes.
So 7:40 to be exact.
Okay, I thought 7:45. I was kind of close. Yeah, our Alexa likes to interrupt us during all of our podcasts.
Yeah, so the word zombie offends some people. I'm going to tell you exactly what the podcast was for last week. Let me see if I can track it down, what the name was. But there was nothing that we did that was out of the, that violated anything. But yet someone read the title, and the title alone, it's like Netflix, TikTok. When I wrote old, using the word old.
I thought it was Instagram.
No, it was TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Using the word old in your TikTok. No, you're right. It was Instagram. Using the word old in my title was a violation of the terms of services. And because I used the word old, calling myself, my daughter said that I was too old. I'm watching Price is Right and drinking coffee. That's something old people do.
And wearing Skechers.
No, it wasn't Skechers. That wasn't.
Oh, that wasn't.
It was just drinking coffee while watching Price is Right.
Oh,
she said I was old, so I made a reel about it, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm old because according to my daughter, I'm watching Price is Right and making and drinking coffee." I figured that's funny. There's a picture of my feet up, looking at TV with the Price is Right on.
Don't do that. With
a mug of coffee. I'm like,
Don't do that laugh again.
And they go back, violation, terms of service. You can't monetize, and it's a strike against your account for the word old. So we've gotten to the point now where you can't even say the word old anymore because that's offensive to someone.
So if someone asked, how old are you?
That's offensive. I'm offended by that.
Because I said old.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah. See, you might get us blocked because you're saying old right now.
Okay, well then they have to evaluate the context then.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's bots or AI.
Oh, that's great.
So they go, oh, you got olds in there. Hello, Linda. Hello, everybody. Did you get your hat from Mission Station? I got this hat from Mission Station a long, long time ago. This hat is so old that people go, oh, I don't like that. People look at it and go, I don't like San Francisco Giants.
Oh, yeah. That's also
and this is another good example of
reading comprehension.
I hate the San Francisco Giants. I'm like, did you not look at the hat? Yeah, San Francisco Giants. Did you not look at the hat? SFPD. Oh, I didn't see that part. All they saw was the San Francisco.
The San Francisco, yep.
So
Terrence is right. The Price is Right is the game show of all time.
I love it because, number one, Diane always says people are falling.
People do fall on that show.
So
one episode we just watched recently, this guy dislocated his shoulder. They didn't show how he did it, but he won.
How did he dislocate your shoulder in Price is Right?
He got really excited, I guess, because he won his prize. When it went to commercial break, they came back and he was going to spin the wheel, and his wife was standing next to him, and Drew Carey had to explain and say, this is his wife. So and so, I forget his name, was so excited that he dislocated his shoulder, so his wife is going to spin the wheel for him.
So here are the words you cannot use right now on social media. Well, you can, some of them, but
are you going to get us in trouble by saying them?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly will be honest. We're not getting enough people on here right now to really make revenue doing these podcasts. We're doing these because for the love of doing it. So
we're not doing them for the.
If they demonetize it, that's fine because we're not making any money anyway. It's not like how do you lose money? How do you lose $0 when you have $0? If you lost your wallet with nothing in it, are you broke?
No, but dang, they have my driver's license though.
No, you don't even drive.
Yes, I do.
I'm talking about somebody who doesn't have a driver's license. They just lost an empty wallet.
Oh, well, then why would you be carrying an empty wallet with you?
People don't always have money.
No, I know, but why would you have a wallet then?
Well, what if you have, I don't know, you want something in your pocket? I don't know why you would have a wallet. I mean, see, now you've made me off course.
Sorry.
Here. So,
I just like to understand.
Thank you, Big Buck, for the 99 cents.
Thank you, Big Bucks.
For instance, now the new word is not homeless, but it's unhoused.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, now, well, I don't have to. I'm going to use the word homeless because that's the word I use. But you have to use, but government officials are unhoused people. They're unhoused.
I don't use that word either.
It's like they were housed, but then they were shoved away from the house, so now they're unhoused. Then there's, like, you can't say old. You have to use, I don't know, geriatric. I don't even know what the other word is for old.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me. One time I called myself a geriatric millennial. Okay, babe, we're gonna have to stop with the fake laughing because you're
that
fake.
Wasn't a laugh.
You're fake.
No, that was not a
Oh, the fake laugh earlier though.
George Carlin had his 7 words you cannot say on television. Several had his words that will offend bots. Yes, that is true. But how expensive is a wallet? Exactly. If you have a Louis Vuitton wallet and it's in your pocket, you don't have to have a driver's license, but you want to carry it because it's a Louis Vuitton wallet for $1,400.
I wouldn't be carrying. That's just me.
But you don't carry wallets. You carry purses.
I do have a wallet.
All right.
I have a leather wallet that I carry.
All right.
But I have something in it at all times, whether it's my driver's license or credit card.
Okay, let's switch gears now. We went through this now.
Okay.
So
your words, you didn't say all of the words that.
So there's so many different words now. You can't say certain things. I was talking to Tom Wolfe the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, there's so many words now that are off limits now that and what they've done with the words is that they've dumbed down. Criminals aren't criminals anymore. They're it's just so many different names now that they dumb down what really is going on, and it makes it like it gives it that impression that there's nothing wrong.
Right. And we're gonna talk about the piece that you did.
So no, not a piece. So the other day, here's another good one. Reading comprehension. I posted a tweet about a woman that I had a conversation with, and she walked up to us and said to us, "Hey, do you have any money?" And we don't carry money. You know me. You get mad at me because I never carry money.
He doesn't carry cash.
And I will carry.
I don't get mad at you.
No, you know what I mean. How come you never carry cash?
You never have, but he never has change for anything.
Yeah, I never carry. But then I used to keep like some bills in my car, just like hidden up in somewhere, just in case I need a valet or something, which is rare. I'd rather find street parking than use a valet. So I don't really. Historically, I've never carried cash because historically, I've been pretty much broke most of the time. So it's kind of hard to carry cash if you got no money. I use credit cards, and that's the easier way to, you pay it when you get paid.
You're making me make all sorts of faces right now.
Yeah, well, it's the truth. We chatted, and in the process, and I listened back. I found the audio of it. And I asked her. I said, "Well, I asked her what kind of drugs do you want?" Just out of curiosity, right? And she didn't want to talk about the drugs that we were talking about fentanyl. So I was wondering, is she on fentanyl? So I thought I'd ask her. Mm-hmm. All she could do is say yes or no. Mm-hmm. She said, "No, I don't want to." And I said, "Oh, well, where are you from?" And she said, "San Francisco." I said, "Oh, interesting." And out of curiosity, because I want to know how long you've been here. So if you are from San Francisco, chances are you graduated from school in San Francisco, right? Fair enough. I asked her about the San Francisco, and she says to me that, what did she do? Oh, wait, she...
you asked her what high school she went to.
What high school was it? And her face went blank. I could see them, it's like, oh, I don't have an answer for that question. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, I don't want to talk anymore. I said, okay, fine. I just want to know what school you went to. That's all I care about at this point. And then she said, I'm not from San Francisco. I'm from Albany. And there's 3 Albanys. There's Georgia, there's New York, and there is the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, but but other people came up and said they knew her and that she has been, and some people had stuff that they said that were less than flattering about her, which I'm not care about that. And you know me, I generally care for people. So I'll ask you a question. And if you give me a good answer, I mean, I'm willing to help you the best I can. I help people all the time. And I used to buy people restaurants that pay for their meals in the restaurants if I had the money to do it.
Oh my gosh, it sounded like you were saying I used to buy people restaurants.
I wish. And Albany, Ohio, thank you. See, there's 4. Yeah, exactly. Rarely carry cash anymore. All my cash is in my transport card. So
no cash. All I carry is my transport card.
Oh, thank you. Right, cash. That's the question mark. And because I was trying to read Bill Van Ram, congratulations on making national news. we'll talk about that in a minute too, because that was pretty good Father's Day gift this morning, I would have to say. But with mixed blessings, and I'll explain the mixed blessings in a few minutes. So stick around for that, because there are mixed blessings to being featured on Fox News. And the mixed part is the part I'm talking about, as opposed to the actual blessing. So
Okay, now I don't even know what you're talking about.
exactly. So I'll explain to you in a minute, so we all can be on board and hear the mixed blessing, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So going back to that person, so then I posted it, and I just got a 3-second clip of her walking away from me. I decided that since I had a mic in my hand, but I put the mic away so that I wasn't trying to interview her. I was trying to genuinely get an answer from her to find out what's going on. I'm in the Tenderloin walking around. I'm looking at doing a story about what's been going on there, and that some changes that are coming up. Thank you, William, for the $10.
Thank you, William.
Appreciate it. And I got from what last time I checked, it was at 1.3 million views, but it reached 1 million views in 24 hours. That's where it was at 1 million views. Now, keep in mind that part of those views were people who created their own idea of what I did. They said I chased this woman down to make her interview for a camera, which she wasn't even on my radar. My story wasn't about homeless. It wasn't anything to do with homeless. It was about the amount of drug sales and who's doing what and how it's going to be handled across the board and different things that are being used to handle that problem. So they came at me hardcore, and then someone called me up and said, look, I see that you're being attacked. Someone told me that they're actually being paid to attack you. Because I thought, that's a lot of attacks for this little. And the statement I made was that when I asked her, I've heard before that people were being coached to say, I'm from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did some work looking into it. It turns out they're not being coached. They're being told to say San Francisco to get general assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in San Francisco and you want to get GA, you have to check off a box that says San Francisco. There's no checks or balances. You just check the box and boom, you get qualified for all kinds of benefits. And this is from a person who works in social services who didn't want to be identified, but they said, look, I'll tell you that they come in, we ask them where they're from. If they say San Francisco, we can't question them as to if they're telling the truth or not. All we can do is check off the box San Francisco, and then they get general assistance, they get Medi-Cal, they get all kinds of stuff. So that's why they do that. Then someone a long time ago said, when I did Gotham by the Bay, I got another DM and says, do me a favor, next time you ask somebody where they're from, ask them what school they went to, what school they graduated from, because that was the telltale sign of whether or not they were from San Francisco or not.
Like if they took too long to answer?
No, I mean, they weren't, and they'll probably now they'll be schooled and say, look, say you're from this, or say, you said, what school? Like someone said, they'll say they're from Excelsior.
The Excelsior is a district in San Francisco. St. Ignatius.
St. Ignatius. Thank you.
That's not an Excelsior though.
I don't know where it is.
Oh,
I'm just saying the school name.
Yeah.
So they'll give, just say that. And then but then of course I know some of the schools and who works here and who doesn't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what school is your teacher's name? Then I would throw everything off again. So there's always a way to catch it.
Yeah.
You have to figure out who, what, where, when, and how. And that's a good. I got a DM from a lawyer who said that was a really good cross-examination, because when they do cross-examination, they ask you a question that you don't expect.
Yeah, it like throws you off.
It throws you off.
Mm-hmm.
And once you throw you off, then and everything you say after that, it's like in a court of law, if you say something, everything you say after that is a lie. If you say a lie in the beginning, everything else they consider is not truthful.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like when you're getting to know someone and they say, oh, yeah, I'm from San Francisco. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. And I'm like, what school did you go to? And then they say, well, actually, I'm from San Mateo, or I'm from, any other city neighboring San Francisco. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I actually went to a high school in San Francisco proper. So like that reminds me of that, too. Not like I'm interrogating someone, but I'm just trying to get to know them. And then they come clean. They're like, well, actually, I'm not from San Francisco. I'm from like Hayward or somewhere nearby.
When people ask me where you're from, and I say Philadelphia, right? And then they say, oh, yeah, what street? And I tell them the street.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, okay. Or my mom is a third generation Simon Gratz graduate,
Mhm.
which is a high school in Philadelphia. I didn't go there. I went to Camden High
Mhm.
because she moved me out of Philly thinking it was too rough and Camden would be better. But
Camden sounds like it
Camden
was
just as rough as
worse.
Philly. It was just more compact.
Okay.
So so now now which goes on to say it was it went to 1.3 million views in 48 hours, but it was in some college or no some university PIO came on there who used to be I think he resigned, he's not there anymore, and said to and posted, and he made a long thread, which actually the first thing he said was you did great entertainment on the news and now you're just a monster. At that point, I have no reason to read anything else.
Oh, the guy from what's his San Jose State.
Right. So and I'm like, why would I read the rest if the first thing you say out your mouth is I'm a
It's
monster?
an attack, yeah.
Yeah, and then everything he said after that, he's supposed to be in a college. He violated every rule of what he did and what he wrote to me. Someone else read it and told me that every rule that he did was violated. I'm not going to read it because if you start off with me like that, that's like me calling up and saying, F you on the phone.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear nothing else. If I say it with a negative tone and a negative connotation, well, I don't want to hear anything else you have to say. I don't need. See, that's just it. I'm not stuck on Twitter to the point where it runs my life. I can log off or I can ignore you. And I put the hearts when I read something just so I know I read it, unless it's just totally insane. Then I'm like, no, I ain't going to respond to this.
Mhm.
And if it's really stupid, if you come out the box being condescending, I'm going to block you. I didn't used to block, but now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to play this game.
It's not worth your
Because
mental health.
Found out is that one person who did that, and I responded, and then everybody else responded, and he responded back a day later, goes, "Hey man, thanks for the what do you call it? Thanks for the traffic. Thanks, you sent a bunch of people my way. Thank you. I did that just so I can get traffic. I'm not going to feed your traffic anymore. I'm not going to feed. They say don't feed the trolls.
Mhm.
Nope, don't feed the trolls because they just grow."
Well, and I also think that it's true. It's like the people, they thrive off of the continuation of the like trolling you.
Yeah.
So the more interaction there is, the more that they're just going to keep gearing up and keep
Remember
it going.
the Bugs Bunny commercial, Dog Pile on the Rabbit, where Bugs Bunny was doing something wrong, and I know Jeanette will remember that. It was Dog Pile on the Rabbit. Everybody would and everybody would jump on top of him, and that's what it is with Twitter and some of these social media accounts. It's Dog Pile on the poster. So if you don't like what they wrote, if they don't like what you wrote, it becomes a attack.
Mhm.
But it's not just an attack, and what you look for is when they write something, look at the engagement that they already have. If there's just nobody liking what they wrote, if you respond to it, all of a sudden they'll get a bunch of likes because you have managed to attract. It's like a giant magnet, and it's a troll magnet. And the minute you respond, they all latch on.
This is why I'm not like super active on social media. Like I started to become a little bit more social active, but I really don't have anywhere close to the amount of followers you have. So I don't know what this feels like. I don't want to know what it feels like. And like Chris says, the block button is a blessing. Yeah, that's why it's there. Use it to your advantage.
So now that goes back to the whole thing you asked me about. How is Fox News a blessing and a curse in disguise?
Oh, wait, one more thing. Bill Van Ram has a good point. Non-native PS will answer with a college. Natives answer with a high school. Yeah, because normally when people ask, where'd you graduate from? I always assume high school. So I always tell them I went to Lowell, which is the high school I went to.
You went to Lowell?
Anyways, but I also did go to I went to University of San Francisco, so I stayed local for college too. So I answer either one, but yeah, like more than likely, college is like usually people that are out of state or out of the Bay Area. So.
Now it's funny because and William made a good point. Conflict and drama attracts a crowd, and that's why we see so much of it on the news. And you're right, it does attract a crowd, but it's the crowd you don't want. And I'll post something that's like really funny and cute, and there'll be no interaction. But then I post something that somebody don't like, and all of a sudden there's a million people tell me how messed up I am. So I know they're all watching. They just looking for something to be outraged about. And everybody says, "Oh, we just want bunny rabbits and laughing hot dogs."
Yeah. No, they don't.
But no, they don't.
And laughing hot dogs, I've never heard that one before.
That's all I had. Sorry.
I'm like, wow, laughing hot dogs. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So somebody said Lowe's. I need help with paint.
Oh, because I said Lowell. I went to Lowell.
Yeah, it's Lowell, not
It's
Lowe's.
Lowell, L-O-W,
Not
like Lowell,
Lowe's.
Massachusetts.
So now, how is being mentioned on Fox News a blessing and a first of all, I didn't get paid to be on Fox News or to have my video on Fox News. I didn't even know it was on Fox News because I personally don't watch Fox News because I just don't watch it. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it before when it was used to be just regular news, but now I just don't. I kind of stopped watching it around 2016, I think. So I don't really watch it regularly unless someone says they're going to be on it. But even then, I'll watch it when the snippet that I want to watch. I can't really. I have a hard time digesting what they talk about sometimes. But I got an email this morning from John, one of my buddies. We went to Alton Crawdad Festival. And this morning he said, "Oh, you were mentioned on Fox News, and they used some of your video." That's what he said. They used some of your video on Fox News, and I go there to watch it. They used a lot of my video on there. They used the Twitter video, and they used the piece I did, the long version piece, and they aired it like you saw me actually in the video, which was like, okay, I'm on Fox News. And for me, it's the first time I had been national since I left San Francisco to go to Arizona. So it was kind of cool to see myself nationally. But then it opens up another can of worms. And the other can of worms that was opened up was that there are people who just do not absolutely like Fox. And they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you're on Fox. I can't believe you're on Fox."
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, I had no control over being on Fox. They didn't pay me to be there. I don't get any money for that. They just grabbed the video, gave me credit for it, and moved on. And then, so I tell them, I said, 50% of the people that don't like Fox, there's another 50% who don't like CNN. So had I been on CNN, I would still got it. Same. And what we were talking about the other day, where no matter what answer you give, oh yeah, I know what it was.
You're damned if you do.
They asked me about the girl because she asked for money, and I told her I don't carry money. So then they were like, "Well," I said, "But let's say I give her $1. If I gave her $1, then they were like, 'Oh, so now you're paying for interviews, so you're damned for that one.' Yeah. Or, 'Oh, you're a cheapskate, but you're a cheapskate for not giving her money, and you're a cheapskate for giving her money.' I just don't carry money, and I learned a long time ago that if you're going to give money to the homeless, I donate it to the right people, the people that are going to use that money like a food bank and generate more items so that they can feed the people instead of giving them alcohol. I grew up in the hood where if you gave the guy on the corner $1, he brought a fifth of vodka and drank himself to death. I already learned that. And you see them, you're going to eat with this, right? Yeah, I'm going to eat. And they walk right over to the liquor store. That's their idea of eating, is drinking vodka. Mm-hmm. So growing up in the hood, you knew that you don't. And my old tax accountant said, if you're going to give people money, give it to like a food bank or give it to a legit company that's going to do something with it. Do not ever give money to them directly, because it ends up becoming whatever their vice is. That's what they get.
You know what's really hard for me, and I'll just say this, like, I know this is a side note, but then we'll go back to the Fox thing. For me, when I see like it's not just one person out on the street, but it's like families, and they have a sign, and I honestly don't know if they're homeless or not, or if they're putting on an act, but what gets me is when they have families that are like together and there are little children there and they're homeless, and they look homeless. I don't know if they're homeless. They might be. Like, I want to give them money because I'm like, oh, the children, but like, what would you say to that? Same thing? Like, don't give them money?
Well, no, I do. Okay. Again, I go back to rule number 1. Because I've seen cases where these same people that are.
You did a story in Arizona.
Yeah, there's one. Oh, so yeah.
Was a guy for the funeral.
So there was a guy, and so there's the scam in Arizona is the funeral scam. Mm-hmm. Going on for years. I was there for 4 years, and there were people who you see them every few months with a picture of a baby that reportedly died, and they need money to bury the baby. And sometimes it's a whole group of people with buckets, and he's like, "Wait, does that baby die again?" But it's hard to remember because you don't really focus on the picture as much. Yeah. So when you see it, and if you pay, but you got to pay attention to subtle things. And nobody buys insurance anymore. Everything is GoFundMe but out there so the story was, there was a guy who was panhandling for his aunt.
I thought it was an uncle.
His uncle passed away.
Yeah.
And people told me, "Oh, this guy he's not legit. He's faking. So I'm like, well, I can't prove he's faking, but I'll look into it. So I got him on camera the first time, and I said, hey, so these people say blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He's begging for money. And he talked to him for a minute through the phone. He's like, yeah, his aunt died, and he's trying to bury her. And I was like, okay. So I did the story, and because people were telling me that this guy was doing this. Mm-hmm. And then there's another one too, but we'll go to him in a second. The one who his son had died 16 years ago, and he's still trying to bury him, even though the state buried him. And then so I ran into the guy again, this time on south side of town. This was a few months later, maybe a year later. Now he's trying to bury his uncle. He says, oh, my uncle died. I need to raise funds for his funeral. And so I pulled up, and I put a GoPro in the dashboard so he wouldn't really notice it. It was just sitting there. Mm-hmm. I said, hey, man, what's up? And he didn't notice me. He didn't notice it was the same SUV I was in before. I said, oh, so didn't your aunt die like a month ago? Or whatever, a year ago? He goes, no, no one ever died. My uncle just died. So wait, let me get this right. So you're buying a funeral for your uncle. Now, you sure your aunt didn't die a year ago? No. This first time I've been out here. Same guy. Exactly.
Because you did the story.
I did the story.
Yeah.
Same clothes. He even had the same hat on. But it wasn't the same clothes because he changed clothes. He clearly wasn't homeless. If you want to know if someone's homeless or not, look at their shoes. I learned that a long time ago. Look at their shoes. The shoes are usually a dead giveaway if someone is truly homeless. Mm. It's something I learned, and learn how to observe people when you try to figure out who's doing what. So, yeah. And then there's the other guy who was walking around, and I said it before, he had been out there. People were upset about him too because his son died. But the problem is his son died 16 years ago. He's still begging for money to bury his son. And I confronted him. And he still says, his dad he said he changed up on me. He was good. He had a plan in case I question him again. Mm-hmm. His next plan was, I just created a nonprofit and the money's going to go to help other people. Well, okay, if you got a nonprofit, it can be looked up. I just created a nonprofit, Mr. Badley TV, so that I can achieve and get grants to do public safety videos. So I know what it takes to get a nonprofit, and I know that he didn't have a nonprofit because all nonprofits are searchable. There's no secret nonprofit ever. And then there are cases where there was a guy that I was going to do a story on, but it never made air because COVID hit. He was driving a BMW, mm-hmm. and I pulled up and sat in the parking lot and watched him get out of the BMW and change into old people to clothes to look like he was homeless. Wow. And he had a sign to go and say that I need money, blah, blah, blah. So the scams are out there. And I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I really do want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you can't have a BMW. I'll say it again. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you cannot have a BMW. What it means is that something went horribly wrong, and that may be all you have left. Mm-hmm. Now you could sell it, but if you got to, but maintain it. But if you can't maintain it, after a while, that's going to break down too. Because you're homeless, you don't have any money. Yeah. So I knew a guy when I learned my first experience with homelessness when I first moved out here and I worked in integrated device technology in Salinas. It was one of our employees. He was driving an old car back in the day, and he slept in his car every day. And I felt really bad that he slept in his car. So I said, look, dude, come sleep on my floor. If you sleep on my floor, you can use a shower, you can make some food, and you'll be fine. He turned it down. He did not want me to let him come sleep in my house. This is a Hispanic gentleman. I really felt sympathy for him, and I wanted him to have a place to sleep and not sleep in his car. I thought I would not want to sleep in my car. I was homeless before. I know what it feels like to be homeless, and I know what it feels like to not get help. So if I can help someone, I don't mind helping someone. It's just that nowadays people want to make their own conclusions as to what you're doing. So other people are writing, I've chased the person down. I'm out there gawking at homeless people, making fun of them. No. I don't want to see anybody homeless. I think teachers are underpaid. Ball players are paid too much. I just think that, if we can make a perfect world, it would be, free and clear of all this stuff. But the rich get richer. And interesting enough, and I'm sorry I got on my high horse again because, I was reading up on the Louis Vuitton company, and I was upset that I'm still upset that people are stealing from these companies. But even after all the stuff that was stolen, and we saw it stolen in bags and bags and bags of Louis Vuitton stuff, they still made $800 billion in profit. $800 billion in profit. That was just a leak. That was a small leak, basically, when you look at it, for what they lost. And I mean, and that doesn't make it right to steal
No,
from
you
them.
still shouldn't be stealing.
I mean, the guy did hard to build his business up. That's like me. And now the new theft is content theft. So I've had people, the one we did with the, what was it? The cars driving through, speeding across the bridge. I look up and see it on another page with their branding all over it.
Yeah, the guy that kind of like cut us off and was weaving in and out of traffic. Yeah, and he didn't give you credit.
Yeah, or the guys on the stand with the media and with buckets raising money for the ministry. They're using the money to buy booze at Walgreens.
Oh wow!
And sometimes all you have to do is follow the person to see what they're doing. I did a story when I worked at crime, which really got people like, what the hell's going on? It was called begging for money. Do you remember that one?
No.
Begging for drugs. So another one of those accidental stories, but it was a story that I went to do to look for. So I was trying to figure out what happens with the money that you give to the homeless.
Was this in Arizona?
San Francisco.
Oh, this is San Francisco. Okay.
So I parked right across from where the federal is. I think it's at Golden Gate. Yeah, Golden Gate, just on the other side where the new Phil's is. I was sitting in my SUV just looking to see, and there was a drug deal that took place right in front of me, literally right in front of me. A guy came out and gave the guy a little bundles of crack, and he brought it. I'm like, wait.
Is that the money you just gave?
No. I didn't give any money at all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give money at all.
Oh.
I learned that a long time ago. I was doing a story on this for my people behaving badly. The guy took the drugs, brought it from the guy, and then walked around the corner and, first he begged for money by squatting down in front of an ATM machine, which is clearly a great place to get money.
Oh my gosh,
so
how intimidating is
literally
that though?
Squatting down while they're getting money at the ATM. So then,
heck no.
And so people were giving them money because it's kind of intimidating.
Oh heck no.
So when he got the money, he went around the corner and on I think it's Larkin, where he began to smoke out of a glass pipe. Now the lawyers wouldn't let me say it was crack. I knew what it was, but lawyers said you can't say crack. You didn't smoke it, so you don't know it's crack. So just say he smoked from a glass pipe. Okay, so he smoked from a glass pipe. That's why I had to dumb down my words, because the lawyers tell you what you can and cannot say when you work for a TV station like that. Then I went and found another guy who was remember the old McDonald's that was across from what was that diner on Van Ness? We've eaten there a couple times. There used to be a theater there too.
The Mills Diner?
Mills Diner.
Yeah.
So there's
Is
McDonald's
Mills
across the street.
there?
It's still there.
There was a McDonald's across the street?
There was a McDonald's. They tore it down. See how quickly things change?
Oh, God.
It got torn down, but there was a guy begging for money there. Now, he walked away from McDonald's. He was begging for money for food. Okay, you're in front of McDonald's.
He walked away, though.
He walked away. I mean, okay.
Maybe he didn't want McDonald's.
Maybe he had a better palate. Maybe he wanted, something different.
Maybe he wanted gourmet.
Maybe he wanted gourmet. Maybe he was, a homeless guy that used to be rich and used to find things in life. I don't know. I can't make those assertions. All I know is that he didn't eat there. He walked around the corner and he went to the same drug dealer.
Oh, wow.
And he brought. And then he went over in the corner and sat and smoked.
I think it sucks, though, because I think that sucks because I don't want to think that all homeless people just want to do drugs and just going to use them.
No, they all don't.
They don't. But I think that it is sad that we think that way because we have seen that happen before.
We think that way because we are led to believe that. So, example totally opposite of that was I'm at the Crawdad Festival and barely getting a signal. And I get a DM from someone on Twitter that there's a military exercise in Larkspur, that there are choppers landing, there's military everywhere. It's the beginning of this new world war, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? I mean, that's all I could read. That was the headline. Military operation, Larkspur, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't even know what it was. So finally, after being there for like 4 or 5 hours, I get out and I get a signal and I get home. I read it and I go, oh, a big sigh. Because now I know what it was. So Biden is coming to town next week.
No, tomorrow.
Next week is tomorrow.
No, that's this week.
No,
Sundays.
this is last week.
Okay.
The new week starts on Monday for me.
Then they make 6 on Sunday.
For me, it starts on Monday.
Oh, okay.
My old paychecks didn't start till Monday. So when I got paid, my week ended on Sunday. So that's for me. That's for you. We go with that. Anyway, so I see they're called ospreys, and they have their wings are like this, and their propellers are like this, and they can flip. So I see those, and I realize that when Obama was president, they used the same planes to land at Christie Field.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I know they're going to Larkspur, that he's going to Larkspur, he's going to Atherton on tomorrow for a fundraiser.
On
Atherton.
tomorrow.
On tomorrow? Yeah, on tomorrow. Yeah, for everyone, beginning of the week usually coincides with one's pay period, and mine started on Monday, so that's it. Thank you for that, Anon. So back to what I was saying. Thank you for validating that. Tomorrow he comes in. The airspace is limited, so you'll not see a lot of planes flying around, except for taking off from airports, from SFO. So if you have a small plane, you might not want to fly into the airspace for the next 3 days. He said from the 19th, 20th to the 21st. So they use the Osprey to move from point A to point B, so that way it makes it. What do you keep looking at?
I'm looking at the chat.
Because I thought you were looking down, what is that? So the Osprey is moving from point A to point B to avoid the bottlenecks of the bridge or other places where you can become a target if you're trying to move a big caravan of vehicles. And have you seen the president's caravan?
No.
It's like 30 cars long, including ambulance. One of the people sniffs for chemicals in the air. There's snipers in there. There's I sat in I posted a picture today of the Beast, which is the Secret Service, which is what they use to transport the president around with. And it's only the Beast when he's in the car, but it's not when he's in the car. But whenever they put the seal on it and the flags, it's an official car. And I posted a picture to show me next to it. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, how'd you get so close?" Oh, I took that when Obama was here. That's how long ago that was. So I mean, it doesn't matter. That's the picture.
You can tell also by like the
beard, yeah,
your color of your beard.
So that being said,
mine used to be Wednesday years ago too. My work used to start on. Mine used to be Wednesday to Sunday.
At least you're not a state worker. They get paid once a month.
Oh yeah, my friend gets paid once a month.
I don't know how you do that.
She told me when she told me that was what it was. I didn't even realize that. I was like, wow. So she really has to like budget. Yep.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Crazy. So it was a big thing. Oh my God! And then some channels not channels, but some of the websites with all the. I hate to say the word tin hats, but the people that were like going crazy. Oh my God, the world, we're starting World War III right now. NATO is taking. Oh my
gosh, so dramatic.
NATO is practicing. Now, just so you know, and I'm going to make this perfectly clear to you, and this is not like a secret. So Secret Service is not going to kick my door in and say, "I can't believe you."
Who?
Secret Service.
Oh,
it's not going to kick my door in and say, "I can't believe you revealed our secrets." But there are 3 sets of planes that carry 3 different beasts that they use something called advanced teams. The advanced team is a team of Secret Service agents and military personnel that show up a week in advance before the president comes in. Secure the area, seal any doors, lock anything that could be considered a weapon. A C-4 plane, 17, whatever C-417 comes in, lands at whatever airport. It could be Moffett Field, or it could be, with Bush, it was Moffett Field. With Obama, he came into SFO a lot. They come in, a week in advance, they bring out the beast and all the things that sort of where it comes out of the thing, and they park it. And it's secure in a secure area that's guarded. So that way, when the president comes, they put the seals on, put the flag on, and then they're ready to move. So that's when hops up and goes, let's say they land here, there's another, let's say he's going to go somewhere else after that. The next crew is already in advance to the next place. So he doesn't just show up. They have advanced teams that are there beforehand to secure the place. I knew this because when I worked covering, I have to be, background checked when you're anywhere near covering the president or anybody else. They got to make sure they get your name in advance. They run you through everything to make sure you're not a criminal. And so it's just like when Air Force Marine were they have one that moves around everywhere you go. So long story short is that I ran into Secret Service guys. So I was like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And they, "Stanley, we love your work." Well, okay, this is U.S. Secret Service. They tell me how much they love my work. And I'm thinking, wow, that's really cool that the Secret Service watches, at that time, people behaving badly. I thought it was cool. I mean, you don't think that people that far up see what you do, but you never know who sees what you do. That's why I tell people that if you're doing something, keep doing it, because you could be making an impact. People don't always speak up.
That's true.
If you make an impact, but the trolls will speak up if you're crossing the line for them.
That's why they're called trolls.
That's why they're called trolls. They hide under a bridge and wait for you to cross by with your backs to the eggs so they can break your eggs. There you go. That's what trolls do. All right. Where are we at? So what are we at now? We did all that. We said all that. And we had something else to talk about because we had 5 more minutes left. So do you remember what else we were going to talk about that we had mentioned? I forgot. I know was it ice cream? No, it wasn't ice cream.
What ice cream?
That I can eat ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant except for
Rum raisin.
because
Rum.
it has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Even though the alcohol is burned off.
Didn't we talk about that last
I don't know. I thought maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on. Is that if you weren't listening last week, then yeah, this week I found out I knew it before. Rum raisin, ice cream, or raw milk.
Raw milk.
So why can't I drink raw milk?
Because it hasn't been processed. So everything that comes from
Patricia.
everything that comes from the cow is still there. It hasn't been pasteurized.
Yeah.
So it still has the digestive enzyme lactase.
Right.
Which is what you need to be able to digest the milk.
And when they pasteurize, they heat up to 180 degrees.
It depends. 145, I think, or
and
higher.
It kills all the bacteria. See, so pasteurization is similar to chemotherapy. And you go, wait.
Kills everything.
How could you be like chemotherapy? That's different. People are dying of cancer in here. No, we're not making fun of it. It's truly like that. So with chemotherapy, they kill every cell in your body to get rid of the bad cells. So the good cells die with the good cells.
The bad cells die with the good cells.
Bad cells die with the good cells.
Same thing with pasteurization. The good bacteria dies with the bad bacteria.
Yeah.
So that includes eliminating that digestive enzyme that you need to be able to properly digest lactase. So lactase milk. So what ends up happening is sometimes people will be okay with pasteurized milk, but sometimes people have food sensitivities or you are lactose intolerant. So you need to take Lactaid to get that lactase back.
So David F. Baum, welcome, sir, says the new microphones look great, looking very official.
Oh, David F. Baum, we missed you from last week.
Yeah, we were like, where's David?
Ooh, Betty says ube ice cream. Yeah.
We also said Mitchell's ice cream.
Ube ice cream. Yes.
I love Mitchell's.
Mitchell's ice cream is Mitchell's has ube. Is Mitchell's open right now?
Might be. It'll be closed at 11.
You want to go?
After we get done. I want a banana split. I love banana splits. Can we go get a banana split? Oh, no. Don't tell people we're going to Mitchell's right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's go tomorrow.
Okay,
wait.
We'll go tomorrow.
Let's go tomorrow at 11 a.m. Just kidding. I'm joking.
So, yes, we do have new mics. And I have to say this, that the mics are credit to, even though indirectly, David F. Baum, he made a donation a while back, and we took the donation guide and we brought this mic system, and which comes with a mixer and a plugins for the headphones, so that way we can. The only thing we don't have this official right now is an office space, so we can do this in. So we don't have. See, now we're worried. See, right now we couldn't come on time today because of the sun.
Yeah, that's why we waited a little bit later. Yes, Betty, they do have Mitchell's does have ube ice cream.
Yes,
they also have mango. They have rum raisin.
I love rum raisin.
They have coconut.
They have everything.
They have,
and they make it themselves.
Avocado. Wait, so Gabriel says that his sister, there's a Mitchell's ice cream in Cleveland.
Is there
the
real
same?
Mitchell's?
Is that the same one?
I don't know. I doubt it.
He said his sister works there.
I think it might be a different one because I remember when I was doing a story about Mitchell's ice cream when I wrote it for We Ate There. Mm-hmm. I wrote an article about them because the article I wrote, and they had it posted for a while when I did this, because I said it was. I would tell you about the ice cream, but I was too busy eating it. It was so good. So
eating it.
Yeah, I had my mouth wrapped around. I was going crazy. And at least when we go there and get a banana split, they remember to add the banana.
Oh yeah,
We went to a
told you
place-
guys this. I think we
Yeah.
told you guys this. We went to a place in Phoenix.
They had one job.
They had one job because we ordered a banana split. So, you figured you get the banana, right? We were eating it, but the bad part about it is we were like halfway through the banana split and we were like, did you get banana? Did you get banana? I haven't tasted any banana.
And David,
it didn't have any banana.
And David, I'm sorry, that wasn't a hint for you to buy us an office space. I'm just saying that we're getting close to where we need to be. Now, the next thing is that we're trying to figure out a way to make this so permanent that we make enough to keep moving, and then it's not a problem.
Yes, David F. Bomb. No, that's not what we're. That's not what we're implying at all.
Yeah, because that's gonna be like, yeah, I need a new laptop. I need a Mac Tower, and I need a keyboard, and I need a pizza.
Oh my god!
And I need my teeth pulled, and I need I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
But
gosh!
we're very grateful that we have these really cool microphones. And remember, when we first started, we had cell phones.
We did. We were using an iPhone,
Yeah.
literally this size.
Yeah,
We were using this size.
And so we actually use that and we go places we had no signal. We're still trying to do it. Like remember in front of
and basically, you guys would get a real close up of my nose.
all of our noses. One guy's like, "Hey, is that a hair?" No, that's a
No.
The hair is over there.
Wait, hold on. Going back to Mitchell's, Bill Van Ram says they have black cherry and it's the best.
Oh, I have to try that.
I did not know they had black cherry.
So Fenton's, I've been there too. I took Brooke to Fenton's.
I've never
in
tried
Oakland.
Fenton's before.
Yeah, it's closer to it's Oakland, but it's more closer to I forgot the other city there. Polly Van Ice Cream Shop.
Polly Ann's
Ice Cream in the Avenue is always good.
Oh, I never tried that before.
Yeah, and Rainbow Ice Cream.
Double rainbow, right?
Rainbow, yeah.
They had a double rainbow inside of Saramonte Mall when I was growing up.
Well, they have one now. I think it's over near.
Is it in Stonestown?
No, there's one right near Dolores Park.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's never any parking though.
But
Fenton's is good, old school.
I need to try Fenton's.
Yeah, Brooke and I went for a banana split a long time ago. She was really little, so I ate most of it, and she ate her little part because at that time they only like vanilla.
Well, and she was like what, like 5 or 6? Yeah,
that was before they were breaking into cars.
Way before
everything was like a mess. Soul food. This is our last. We went to that soul food restaurant in Oakland,
Lena's
64th and Foothill.
Was it?
We were
Yeah.
right up in the hood, up in it, straight up in it, gangster style.
You should never do that again.
All right.
Like never.
All right. It's good soul food.
Never do that again.
We was up in the hood. We was doing donuts inside the store.
I just hit my arm trying to grab yours. Please don't do that.
Okay, I won't do that. But again, there we go. So that was fun. The soul food.
That was good.
You had the fried chicken.
I tried their fried chicken, collard greens, and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that when you were called exotic?
Yes.
You
weren't there for that though. But
do you have anything in focus on here? Pretty much a train wreck. So you missed some of it, David F. Bomb. So I'll come back and reiterate. So I was featured this morning on Fox News. Well, I wasn't featured. I guess the choice was I was mentioned on Fox News.
Ew.
Non-verbally mentioned.
Sorry, I was just reading David Martinez.
They're doing a story about San Francisco, and I did a piece that aired that I posted last week. You can find it on any page I have. I put them on all of them almost. About San Francisco and how the residents think about it. And I bet it resonated because then Fox News used a lot of video this morning. So if you want to go, you go to MrBadley.com. You should be able to see it. I think I had it. Oh, by the way, I updated the MrBadley.com page to reflect that now we have a nonprofit. So let me double check to make sure. You talk for a second.
And on that note, David Martinez, no, I haven't tried the new Dr. Pepper ice cream. For some reason, that sounds really disgusting
Sounds like
to
too
me.
much sugar for me.
Because I also don't like Dr. Pepper. Do you like Dr. Pepper?
I drink Dr. Pepper and I'm proud.
Oh, you do.
I'm part of the original crowd.
Also, I don't drink soda anymore. So.
And if you walk around each day, you'll see there be a Dr. Pepper craze. But that pepper, you're a pepper. They were a
Who
pepper.
sings that song?
Would you like to be a pepper too? I have no idea. It's a commercial.
Oh, let them sing it then.
Yeah.
Betty Brown says, I had barbecue ribs, collard greens, mac and cheese, pumpkin pie, and watermelon chunks tonight. I'm hungry again. What? Betty Veronica, where did you get all of this food? All of this good sounding food. Where did you go? Gabriel says, I just realized that you have on your website the old video of the biker guy who said, don't stick your camera in my face.
Yes.
Oh, yes, the Golden Gate Bridge guy who like rode backwards, or not backwards, who rode the wrong way to like come up and tell you that to get the camera out of his face.
So that video was on 100-something million websites. I mean, views. But the version I showed you is on MSN, so that was from a years back. But I put that up so you can see how far back it goes. Now, I thought we had posted the video on but we didn't yet. But we will.
Which video?
The video the post I just did, but it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So if you go there, it's called hold on, what is it called? But I'm working on a new one. And you can find it if you go to YouTube, which I need to go to so I can show it to you. And it's good. It's about 2.5 minutes. And you saw the next one. How do you think so far?
And you didn't show it to me.
I thought I did.
No, you did not.
Okay, then never mind. Anyway, here I took some screenshots of the pictures that were on Fox News.
On there? Did you show it there?
Yes, that's what I like that for.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay.
All right. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Toad.
Woo!
Terrence said, I had some Dr. Pepper float ice cream. It's good. It doesn't replace the root beer float. Betty Veronica, Safeway had $5 Fridays and I saved it, but they didn't have cornbread and I'm too lazy to make it. Oh, you got it from Safeway? Don't forget to try out Hip Hop Barbecue. Shout out to our girl, Chef May.
Is she there?
No, I don't think so, but I just wanted to give her a shout out in case she watches.
Right. You're right, David. F-bomb. Publicity is publicity. But as I was saying earlier today, that I believe your town, Stanley Roberts, does not have the direct support. Hold on, let me read that out loud. But you're right. The publicity is publicity. But I'm just saying that half the people hate Fox News, the other half hate CNN, and they ascribe to Newsmax or whatever. I believe in your talent, Stanley. You now have direct support, the special water in the AM, and all that, so you can channel your creativity. Oh, by the way,
you just like the lemon water.
We flipped the script the other day. I made Diane lemon water in the morning.
Oh yeah, I got up the latest it's been a while, but I got up at 9:00. I rarely get up that late.
Yep.
Yeah, 9:00 is late for me.
Yep. So on some final notes.
Oh, also Bill Van Ram says, I believe I know who that guy was. I do mean was he had his demons. Are you talking about the Golden Gate Bridge guy?
Well, he worked his name was Noah something, and he worked for the Parks Department. So he has no way. Yes, I got up and made her lemon water.
He did.
Yep. I messed it up though. How do you mess up lemon water?
Oh yeah, you know how he messed it up? He put a hell of lemon juice in it. Like a lot.
No, I messed up because I forgot to put
salt.
And
he forgot to put my unrefined sea salt.
Yeah. So I used
he used a lot of lemon.
We brought this new bottle lemon juice that's natural.
Well, we bought it from Sprouts. We bought it because we normally get lemons from one of our really good family friends.
So tell them how you make your lemon in the morning.
How do I make my lemon?
Lemon juice, your lemon water.
Okay, so normally if I don't use if we have lemons, I will squeeze about half of a lemon or a quarter of a lemon and use that with a pinch of unrefined sea salt, and then I will do hot water and mix in room temperature water to make it warm. But we do have a little, what is that called? A little mini juicer now.
Well, I picked it up from the stove.
We picked it up from the stove. You went for the night?
Hell no.
That's an inside joke. So before we got the juicer, though, I would just really cut the lemon up in wedges and then squeeze them in, about a quarter of a lemon, half of a lemon. Now we just use a little juicer. And if we don't have lemons, because lemons can get expensive, but we do get them from some of our friends, some of our family friends.
We shake the tree.
If we don't have that, we use the lemon juice that Stanley found at Sprouts. Now, I'm not really big on like getting juice in a bottle bottle because it's pasteurized, but it's 100% lemon juice, like from the lemon. So I figured that's the next best thing if we don't have access to lemons. What?
David F. I'm just saying, after hearing that, you had no chance to get it right. Exactly. But you know what? It was the effort.
Well, he had no chance because I was like, I use a quarter of a lemon and half a lemon and
just for the
a
record,
pinch of unrefined sea
just for the
salt.
record, she switches up her recipe because before it was just a glass of water with lemon juice. And then it became no, let me finish. It was a cup of water, a coffee cup with hot water and lemon juice. Because we would go to a restaurant and that's what you order. Can I get everybody's ordering, can I get a gourmet coffee? And you're like, no, can I get water with hot water with lemon? And that was it. There was nothing else to it. And then it was switched to hot water with lemon and a dash of sea salt.
Yeah, but I bring my own sea salt though.
She brings her own.
I have a little.
She has her own bottles of sea salt, like people who walk around with their own hot sauce. So then it went from, and I'm talking about at home.
It used to be
Thank you, David F. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David F. Bomb. It used to be a Ziploc of unrefined sea salt, but and we did a reel on that on Instagram.
And so then it switched up to she got a mason jar that she filled up halfway with hot water.
The mason jar is because it's 13.
Let me finish. Let me tell my story. A mason jar with a half filled with hot water, a sprinkle of salt and lemon. Then she added cold water on top of that.
No, room temperature water from the filter.
Okay, room temperature water, but that to me is still cold.
But what's the change up though? I just changed the bottle of the glass that I put it in.
You added the water section to it. The water, adding more water to it was different. Before it was just hot water and you wait for it to cool down and you drink it. Then it became a mixture of the two and a different kind of glass. So I'm like, I can't.
It's a mixture of the two.
So tomorrow,
it's been a mixture of the two for a while.
So tomorrow it will be in a thermos with 8 lemons sliced up Italian style.
Oh my gosh.
With some sorbet.
David F. Bomb says, I am with you, brother. She brings her own sea salt. You had no chance. Use the $50 to buy sea salt, the right sea salt. Oh my gosh, you guys are hating on me.
So I'm all on board for this whole salt thing, right? She goes, salt helps increase your blah blah blah. And you shouldn't be afraid of salt. Salt is good for you. So I'm like, okay, I'll jump on board with this whole salt thing.
You're gonna take this out of context. I'm gonna have to explain myself after, but tell your story. I'll have to explain myself after.
So then I have to do the urine test for the kidney stone.
David F. Bomb, I would never do that.
What did she say?
All of this, and she might still kill you in your sleep. I would never.
I wake up in the middle of the night. She's like, "You awake? Are you breathing? Darn it!" Or she'll say, "You need to stop it. What? That constant breathing in and out over and over again is driving me crazy." So I go and do the urine test for my kidney stone so they can figure out what's going on with the kidneys. And yeah, you're right. We already killed each other 7 times, 4, 26, 20. and the doctor says, okay, nothing, you don't have to change your diet. You just need to, he said, but we did notice you have a high level of sodium. So we need you to come back on your sodium.
Okay, just for the record. Okay, let me answer a couple of questions in here and then I'll go on. So Bill Van Ram, I use unrefined sea salt. I use the Redmond brand. The unrefined sea salt is from Utah. I like that one because it has the trace minerals that you need. It's minimally processed and it still contains the trace minerals. So there is a difference between unrefined sea salt and refined salt. And I know the doctor said there's no difference. So this is what this is. There's no difference in the fact that they're both sodium. They're both still sodium. There is a difference in the quality. Unrefined sea salt means it's minimally or not processed at all, but most of the time minimally processed. Table salt is highly processed and at times will add anti-caking agents. So I use unrefined sea salt. The point of me using the unrefined sea salt is to be able to absorb the water I'm drinking. That the unrefined sea salt contains trace minerals, again, which contain electrolytes, which is beneficial for absorbing the water. This is why I add just a pinch of sea salt. I don't add a lot, I add a pinch. Now, the doctor telling you about your sodium levels could be multiple things. But number one, I highly doubt it's because you started adding sea salt in your water. primarily probably has to do with your diet. And here's the thing. So when we first moved back here, we weren't cooking as much. We were eating out a lot because we didn't have this like routine of like going grocery shopping, and we were still trying to acclimate ourselves with being back home. So when you eat out, you don't have control over how much salt you use in your food. When we cook, we do, and we have control over the quality. So I honestly think what?
Nothing. I'm reading. Just go.
And I honestly think that the high sodium content had more to do with the fact that we were eating out versus a pinch of sea salt in your water. But I digress. Thanks.
Okay, so David F. Baum said, here comes the details. Stanley, when you say minimal salt,
You are doomed. You will get this wrong. Bring her a white almond mocha coffee. She'll drink it. No, I will not drink a white almond mocha coffee. I will drink a cup of regular coffee with raw milk and collagen powder. Grass-fed to be exact.
okay,
That's
she's
it.
not high maintenance at all.
I'm not high maintenance at all. I don't do the sugary, like I don't do the sugary coffee drinks. I do not add sugar to my coffee. I actually do not add sugar too much of anything.
You know, remind me of this lady today when I went to the
David F. Baum says too many requirements. But here's the thing. David F. Baum, too many requirements, but necessary. You want to know why they're necessary? Because they're all beneficial for me to be as healthy as I can.
So yesterday, while at the festival,
healthy enough
so sitting under the tent near the entrance, waiting for my cousin to show up.
Healthy enough so I can live long life for him.
All right, healthy. I'm sitting under. This lady comes over, and she says, "I need to find a restroom." And I said, "The porta potties are right back there."
She didn't want to use the porta
potty. She
potty.
said, "Oh no, I don't want to use a porta potty. I need a private bathroom that I can use for my own." And I said, "Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're at the middle of a festival. I mean, I can't like magically make a toilet appear, so you can have a private place to go to the bathroom." And the porta potties weren't nasty, so it wasn't like it was like horrible because I went into one before I left to come home. She just wanted her own personal private bathroom that she can go into. And then she said, I said, "Well, I don't think there are any. So, I mean, you could try to find a hotel to go into, but they all got their doors sealed and selling stuff on the front." She says, "Well, fine, I'll just go home. It's just be $200 I wasted." I'm like, okay.
I mean, just use a porta potty.
Yeah, just use a porta potty.
Here's where I'm a little bothered by the fact you compared me to this lady, because I'm
just saying,
if you want to call me high maintenance because I care about my health and because I do particular things to be able to sustain my health, then by all means, call me high maintenance. But I'm just doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm good. And
no, it's do you.
A lot of people don't do that because the norm isn't to take care of ourselves. The norm is to go with the flow and eat all the junk food and eat what's so great that tastes so great but isn't good for you. But I don't want to partake in that.
But I will say this to her defense: if it wasn't for Nourish My Heart _ on Instagram, I wouldn't know these new things about how to eat healthy.
I love you, Beeb. I'm your personal Nourish My Heart _ you get these things before I even post them.
So it cost me, when I had the kidney stone, it was in Hawaii, it was $7,000 kidney stone. Basically, I paid $7,000 to get a little stone removed. Had I spent the $2,000 for Nourish My Heart 3-month program,
I love you.
Then I would have probably saved
Come on, boost me up.
$7,000.
Boost me up.
Because then I would have known to drink and eat better. So
I love you.
So I'm not saying that you should do anything, but I'm saying that $7,000 for a kidney stone is too much. Is a little bit too much to pay for. I'd rather pay the $2,000 to learn how to eat better, so I can avoid the $7,000. Because it costs more money for me to go to the hospital than it is to learn how to eat better. So
it's not just about eating better too. It's about making sure that we get to the root cause of whatever symptoms you have.
If it wasn't for Nourish My Heart _ at Instagram, I wouldn't know how to be holistic with my food. I wouldn't know anything about grass-fed beef.
I love how you talk, Beeb. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yes. So there you go.
On that note, let's go.
So on that note, we're going to call it a night. But if it wasn't for _ Nourish My Heart _
Dude, don't even.
Doc _ on Instagram.
You're not even getting my name right.
Nourish My Heart _ on Instagram. I would be eating McDonald's every day and Jack in the Box, and I wouldn't know anything about grass-fed beef. I wouldn't be going to Rome, and I say Rome as in Rome in San Mateo, not Rome in Italy. Oh, and a friend of mine I met from Italy. She's too funny. She actually had and we're going on our way to the festival, and she has a really thick Italian accent, and she sees a large cactus, and she yells out, "Look at that cactus!"
Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh my gosh, I have to meet her. I didn't get a chance to go with you yesterday because I had an event to go to in the evening.
I love how much you two love each other. You got no chance on getting the morning drink for your gal, right? Unless she gives you specific instructions. But you still, but you can still, how much you love each other.
Hold on, let me see.
But you can still, how much
I love how much you two love each other. You got no chance on getting the morning drink for your girl, right? Unless she gives you specific instructions.
True.
But you can still
thank you, David.
Show how much you two. Oh wait, there's no show there. I just made that up.
I'm not crazy.
You can still how much you two love each other. Oh, maybe he means you could still see how much you.
Oh, of course we do.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, David.
When that choke her, it's out of love.
Well, really?
Yeah, people say, "I love you. I will never hurt you" when they kick in his butt. I would never hurt you. You know me, though. That's not how we roll.
I know.
Thank you, David, for the super bombs. Of course, the disease from Stanley, adding text to words that don't exist. Yeah, it's my fault. It's always my fault. I'm in fault for everything. So anyway, as I was saying, she was telling me that, and I'm gonna leave you on this note, and it might be a pop quiz later. And this is my final note before we log off. She's from Italy. She said in Italy, they don't, how we have the farmers markets here, organic farmers markets. They do not have organic farmers markets in Italy. Why? Because everything in Italy is organic. So there is no need to have, and she says that we definitely don't have one once a Wednesday. The farmers market there is every day. Because everything in Italy is organic. And it's not the super secret organic where you can add a trace amount of chemicals and it's still considered organic. It's actually fresh grown food. And she's supposed to bring us back a bottle of olive oil. She said it's beyond what you use a whole lot less, and it's beyond whatever you ever heard before.
Oh, I cannot wait. I love olive oil.
Yeah. So and I thought about making a TikTok where we have a bottle of
no, don't say it. Let's just do it. Okay. Let's just do it.
All right. I don't want to give it. I guess we shouldn't give it away because then it'll be on Instagram tomorrow, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
And by the way, have a great June 14th. And if you don't know what Juneteenth is, I know I said June 14th. I know. Beef, don't correct me. I got it.
I didn't say anything.
You're about to.
I'm just looking at you.
I saw your mouth.
I'm just looking at you in disappointment.
I saw your mouth like already go, oh, you say June 14th. So Juneteenth. So apparently slaves were free 2 years before these people found out about it. So clearly there was no social media. They left it up to Earl to tell everybody they were free, and Earl's like, I'm not telling nobody.
Earl?
Yeah, I'm just making a name up. Could have been Melvin. I don't know. What was the old name back then? Judas. Jeremiah. Well, anyway, they gave this one person one job. Okay, you got to go tell the people in Tulsa, Oklahoma that they are now free. And he goes, okay, I'll get to it. And then he drank and he drank and he drank. He goes, I forgot what I was supposed to tell those people. I forgot. I was supposed to tell them something. I forgot what it was. If I can only remember what I'm supposed to tell these 4 black folks.
Oh, please stop talking like that.
Oh, yeah. Then he forgot. For 2 years later, they go, dude, what are you still doing? He said, we slaves. Dude, you've been free for 2 years. What?
I can't.
Popeye loves olive oil too. I love it. Anyway, guys, we love you. Thank you for everybody who, if you donated stars on Facebook, thank you. If you donated by Super Chat, thank you. A pop quiz. There could be a pop quiz. You never know. We need to figure out how to get more viewers for your YouTube feeds. It's really difficult and disappointing that 1.1 million views when they thought I was harassing a homeless woman.
Yeah, it was the one that got the
most views.
Yeah.
Everybody says they want good stuff, they want fun stuff, they want great stuff. When you give them that, they go to the crazy stuff. They went to stuff that's outrageable. I'm outraged. I'm outraged. I'm going to tell you, I'm outraged. How dare you? You're a scum of the earth.
I really don't like that.
I don't like it
I
either.
don't like how you do that though.
Well, that's what sounds like to me on Twitter. I hate you. I hate
No,
you. I hate you.
no need to reenact
Yeah,
it.
you're a shill for the corporations. Am I really? That means they're giving me money, right? Wouldn't that mean if I'm a shill for a corporation, that means the corporation give me money? Have you seen any checks come in?
No.
No. Have you seen any Bitcoin come in? Me neither. So if I'm a shill, somebody's intercepting those paychecks.
People are just gonna talk just to talk.
Yeah, no, they talk smack. All right. Anyway, thank you. We will try to figure it out how to make more people on this feed. Unfortunately, we seem to be going. We were at. Remember, we used to be a consistent 20, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's summertime, people are going on vacay.
It could be.
And it's also Father's Day.
Well, I know, but still.
Happy Father's Day, Beeb.
Happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Why would you tell me?
You know what the bad thing about Happy Father's
Why
Day?
would you tell me Happy Father's Day? I'm not a father.
Exactly. My point I was trying to make is that people say Happy Father's Day and you respond back Happy Father's Day. You go, I'm not a father.
Well, it's the same thing with like, oh, have a safe flight. You
You
too.
too.
But they're not getting on the flight. They work there.
Yeah.
So
I love people that my favorite line has always been, so did you have a safe flight? And I said, no, we crashed. Everybody died.
you're the only one laughing.
Think about it.
I get it, but you're the only one
No,
laughing.
I'm talking to you. I'm already landed. Did you have a safe flight? No, we all died.
Well, I mean, did you have a safe flight? Something could have happened on the way, but you still made it. Remember when we went to Hawaii
That's still
and
safe.
then our plane?
Any good landing is a safe landing. As
Okay.
long as anything you tell me.
Okay, well, enjoy your movie.
What movie? What are you talking about?
No, people are like, enjoy your movie, and you're like, you too. They work there, so they're not watching the movie.
I'm gonna use the famous words from Diane Faith. Right?
What?
Context.
Context.
Yeah, you didn't give me no context for that.
I didn't get that from me though, right?
Who did you get it from?
You got that from my old employer because they wanted context for everything, which I get because we work in the news business. But they were like 100% hardcore, like context. I'm like, dude, we already know context. You ain't got to repeat the word every 2 seconds.
No, I'm not calling her Diane Faith right. I'm calling her that right now because it's an attention getter. Whenever I get mad at her, I call her Diane and she knows I'm mad. Why'd you call me Diane?
Oh,
Then she goes back and revalues her whole life. I have to revalue my whole life now because you call me Diane. She's like,
Betty, yes, he was the only one laughing. No one was laughing at
He
that.
never has a second cup of coffee.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. We love you.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us.
And I guess we'll be another, what do you call it? I'm on Linda see the board, but I guess we'll be, our last podcast was demonetized by YouTube, even though I know
now they're going to do it because you call them Yahoo.
I know, by YouTube, and we don't even know why. We did nothing wrong except for use the word zombie. So apparently, you can't use the word zombie. Oh, man. You can't say zombie. Oh, man. We just messed it up.
Beeb.
What? Be careful. They make ban Beeb.
Stop talking.
You know, Beeb means I love you.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Look it up. Love you guys. I'm a
Okay,
millennial.
I'm a boomer.
Have a good night.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.